Hello, I'm Stewart Clark and I'm from SCS Performance. SCS Performance, we're a boutique consultancy firm. We operate in the family-owned business space, working on the aspects of increasing sales, delivering greater underlying bottom line profit, and of course building in succession planning. As with any small business, one of the things that we're always looking for is ongoing lead generation. So in considering that, we're always on the lookout for new or different ways that will aid in building our credibility in the marketplace, as well as extending and reaching new markets. Probably the worst thing with having to look at writing a book was making sure that we could put sufficient value into the material that we're putting together. And of course there was a time element that came into play as well. So trying to juggle the two was interesting, but I'd say the absolute worst part was having to put my photo on the back cover. I've known Michael for a few years now, so I was aware that he provided the book writing and publishing service. So when we were considering writing a book, whilst we knew a couple of different publish houses, there was only one choice for us, and that was to go with Michael. He provided an end-to-end solution for us, in that whilst we did all the writing and all the content was ours, Michael stage managed the whole production for us from end to end, providing guidance on covers, titles, content framework, even down to the size and the font type. So it was a very seamless process for us, and it certainly made it a lot easier. The whole production for us took about 6 months. So whilst we did have a core amount of content to put into the book, we did of course need to craft that together, and working with Michael, he provided some clear guidance in regard to frameworks, etc. But all up, it was probably from start to finish just on 6 months to have the hard copy book in our hands. Probably the thing that scared me the most about writing a book was being able to put sufficient content together to make a worthwhile book. But really it came together quite easily with Michael's guidance in regard to the correct framework, the pitch, how it would form the chapters, etc. It didn't actually turn out to be that bad. So we found that with our content and with Michael's guidance, we had a full book content together quite easily, albeit then it took us a little bit of time to edit it to the final product as is marketed today. The book has provided us a really good credibility tool. It is in many ways an enhanced business card for us, and whether it be at some of the speaking events that I complete, or other networking functions, or even with clients or prospects, it's nice to be able to refer them to a particular chapter that may be relevant for that particular business, or to provide something that's a little bit more lasting than other normal promotional items. So we found it to be a very useful tool, and I must say I'm very proud of the end product, so I'm sure that comes across in my delivery as well. For anyone who's perhaps considering writing a book and a little bit sort of scared as to what to do and when, the reality is you'd need to take the jump. Having the thought of doing one in itself is not going to be good enough. You need to take that next step. You need to take some action. The best way to do that, of course, is with a coach. It's somebody who's been down that path before. That's Michael in this particular case. As I said on a couple of occasions now, he provided some fantastic guidance for what we needed to do, what we needed to say, how, when, why, and really did manage the whole production process. So that meant that we only really need to concentrate on the content, and he delivered the rest. So if you're wondering, do it. That's my recommendation. Just take that next step. Probably the last point that I'd just like to sort of share is in regard to the actual final product itself. Now we've gone for a glossy cover, which I must say looks absolutely fantastic. It has cost a little bit more than perhaps another production style, but when you've put the time and the effort into the production of the book, don't go cheap at the last hurdle. If it costs you an extra 50 cents or $1 or whatever it may be, really consider how you want your product to feel and look in the marketplace. You want it to be something that you're proud of. So make sure that you put the time into finalising those small details, and ultimately, once again, take Michael's guidance and advice. Thank you.